All right, let's dive into the world of wholesale merchant interviews, specifically for machinery, industrial equipment, ships, and aircraft. It's a field with big deals, complex negotiations, and some really cool technology. So if this is your career path, we're here to help you impress hiring managers. We've got RoleCatcher career guides and their interview repository. We'll break down what this role needs and what it takes to be a top candidate.
This wholesale merchant role is fascinating. It's not just buying and selling, you're a matchmaker, connecting buyers and suppliers of the most complex and expensive equipment. You need business smarts, technical knowledge, and great people skills.
So it's not just closing deals, it's understanding the machinery, the client's needs, and the industry's complexity. Before we get to the interview prep, can you describe a typical day for a wholesale merchant?
Imagine this. You start by analyzing market trends for, let's say, industrial equipment. There's a demand for eco-friendly excavators in construction. You connect with the supplier who makes them, negotiate pricing and delivery, then reach out to potential buyers. You explain how these excavators meet their needs and sustainability goals. You're the bridge between the creators and users of these complex machines.
Let's talk about acing the interview. RoleCatcher has sample questions. Let's dive in and see how to make your answers shine. First up, can you tell us about your experience in the machinery industry? Seems straightforward, but there's a right and a wrong way.
It's your chance to show your experience and your passion. Don't just list job titles. Think of projects or achievements that show your understanding. Did you close a deal on a complex piece of equipment? Maybe you streamlined procurement for an aircraft component.
So pick moments that highlight your expertise in problem solving. What about tailoring your answer to the company and role?
That's crucial. Research the company and see what they specialize in. Use RoleCatcher's AI to analyze the job description. It suggests keywords and phrases to use so you speak their language and show you did your homework.
Great tip. Next question. How do you stay up to date with industry trends and advancements? This field moves fast, so staying current is key. What resources or activities can you mention?
Industry publications are a good start. Mention magazines or online resources like Trade Machinery World or Aviation Week. For maritime, there's the Journal of Commerce. Membership in organizations like the National Association of Manufacturers or the Aerospace Industries Association shows commitment.
What about social media? LinkedIn must be great for staying connected and getting updates.
Absolutely. Following thought leaders, joining groups, and engaging in discussions are all great ways to stay current. You can even mention specific influencers you follow to show your engagement.
Now let's get to a key wholesale merchant skill. How do you negotiate prices with suppliers? This is all about your negotiation skills and strategic thinking.
Yes, it's a chance to highlight your research and balance, getting the best deal while keeping good supplier relationships. A good way to answer is to outline your process. Emphasize your understanding of market prices. Mention databases or resources you use to research prices and competitor offerings.
So show you come prepared with data and market understanding.
Exactly. Then discuss your negotiation strategies, like volume discounts or favorable payment terms. Don't be afraid to mention exploring alternative suppliers for the best value. This shows you're resourceful and committed to finding solutions.
How does RoleCatcher's AI help with this question?
It analyzes your answer and suggests improvements, ensuring you hit key points and tailor your language to the industry or company. For aerospace, it might suggest keywords related to FAA regulations or specific aircraft components.
Amazing. It's like a personal interview coach. Next question. How do you ensure inventory levels are maintained and stockouts are minimized? This is about logistics and keeping things running smoothly.
It needs analytical skills and proactive planning. Start with your experience in demand forecasting. Explain how you analyze sales data, trends, and projections to anticipate needs. Then discuss setting safety stock levels to handle fluctuations or delays.
What about technology? Are there software solutions that can help?
Absolutely. If you've used software like SAP or Oracle, mention it. You can also discuss inventory control methods like just-in-time or materials requirements planning to show you understand the field comprehensively.
Let's look at customer service. Can you discuss a time you had to resolve a customer complaint about machinery or equipment? This can be tricky, especially with complex machinery and frustrated clients.
It's a chance to show your problem-solving, empathy, and client relationship skills. Start by outlining the complaint and the challenges. Was it a malfunction, a delay? Then walk through your steps to resolve it.
So don't just say, I fixed it. Detail your approach and skills.
Yeah.
What about communication? Keeping the customer informed must be important.
It's essential. Highlight your clear communication, active listening, and finding solutions that meet everyone's needs. You can even use RoleCatcher's AI to analyze your answer for tone and delivery, making sure you sound professional, empathetic, and solution-oriented.
Okay, time for a question about organization. How do you manage and prioritize multiple tasks and projects? Hmm. This is a common challenge in this fast-paced field.
It requires a system and a clear understanding of prioritization. You can describe your method for staying on top of your workload, maybe a to-do list, a project management app, or a combination. Then share an example of managing a busy period or juggling multiple projects.
So show your organization and ability to thrive under pressure. What about unexpected issues? How do you show you're adaptable?
Mention a time when priorities shifted unexpectedly, and you had to reevaluate and adjust your workflow. This shows flexibility and ability to navigate a dynamic environment. They want someone who stays calm, prioritizes, and delivers even when things are chaotic.
Last question for this part. How do you ensure compliance with safety regulations and standards? Safety is paramount in this field. Show your knowledge and commitment to a safe working environment.
Absolutely. This shows you understand the specific regulations. For machinery, industrial equipment, ships, and aircraft industries, if you know OSHA regulations, mention them. For maritime, discuss IMO conventions. For aerospace, highlight familiarity with FAA regulations.
So go beyond "I follow the rules" and show a deep understanding of safety protocols.
Exactly. You want to seem proactive about safety, not reactive. Mention experience with safety audits, training programs, or implementing new procedures or technologies.
All right, that wraps up part one of our wholesale merchant interview deep dive. We've covered insights into the role and tackled common interview questions, giving you a foundation for crafting great answers.
Preparation is key, and RoleCatcher's AI can give you an edge by tailoring your responses and refining your delivery. Welcome back to our deep dive. We've covered the basics, but now let's level up. It's time for the questions that separate the good from the great.
I'm ready. Bring on the tough questions. What's first?
How about this? Can you walk us through a successful negotiation you were involved in and highlight the key challenges you faced? It's a classic behavioral question. They want more than just a yes or no.
So they want a real example, a story, to show negotiation skills, problem solving, and handling pressure. I find those tricky, especially on the spot. How do you choose the right story and structure your answer?
First, think about negotiations relevant to this role. Ideally, it should involve machinery, equipment, or something similar high value, maybe a complex supplier contract or a big discount on aircraft components.
So relevance is key. What about challenges? Every negotiation has them. What obstacles should you highlight?
Choose a situation with a significant roadblock, something that tested your skills and made you think outside the box. Maybe the supplier wouldn't budge on price, or there were unexpected delays.
Okay, we've got a relevant story and a challenge. How do we structure the answer to make it impactful?
The STAR method is your best friend.
Ah, the STAR method. A lifesaver. Everyone should practice it. Can you remind us how it works?
Of course. Start by setting the scene, describe the situation and the challenge. Then, outline your task or objective. What were you trying to achieve?
Set the stage and the goals. Got it. What's next?
Then comes the action. Detail the steps you took to overcome the challenge and reach your goal. Be specific. Don't just say, I negotiated a better price. Explain how you did it.
So the nitty-gritty details, the research, strategies, arguments, maybe even concessions.
Exactly. Paint a picture of your process. Show your strategic thinking, communication, and creative solutions.
And finally, the result.
Right. What was the outcome? Did you get a good contract, salvage a relationship, achieve a win-win? Quantify your results if you can.
If you saved money, say how much.
Yeah.
If you shorten the timeline, say by how many days. Those details make your story believable.
Okay, I feel better about behavioral questions now. What's the next challenge? Let's look at safety. How do you ensure compliance with safety regulations and standards, especially with heavy machinery and potentially hazardous equipment? This is critical. They want to see that you prioritize and enforce safety.
So it's not just about saying, I follow the rules. It's about being proactive and understanding the regulations.
Exactly. You can start by mentioning relevant organizations and regulations. For manufacturing, you could discuss OSHA regulations and your experience implementing them. For aircraft, you could highlight your understanding of FAA regulations.
So tailor your answer and show your specific knowledge. How can we show that we actually put safety measures into practice?
Highlight any experience with safety audits, training programs, or implementing procedures or technologies. Maybe you helped reduce accidents or implemented a new tracking system.
Okay, so we show our proactive approach and ability to go beyond just following the rules. What about staying up to date on safety changes? Things change constantly.
You're right. To impress them, mention specific resources you use to stay informed, like industry publications, organizations, or online forums where experts share updates.
So we've talked negotiation and safety. What's next?
Let's talk market knowledge. How do you identify new market opportunities and potential customers? Especially in a rapidly evolving industry like this, they want to see that you're not just selling, you're looking for growth and staying ahead.
So they want someone proactive, insightful, and aware of the industry. What should we keep in mind when answering?
Emphasize your market research approach. Do you subscribe to publications like Manufacturing Today or Engineering News Record? Do you attend trade shows like IMTS or ConExpo Conag to see new equipment and network?
Okay, so show them you're engaged in keeping up. What about going beyond general research? How do we find specific opportunities for the company?
Connect your research to specific opportunities. Let's say they specialize in agricultural equipment. You can mention following the demand for precision farming technologies.
So we're not just running headlines, we're analyzing trends and finding areas where they could expand or target new customers.
Exactly. Then, go further and outline your strategies for reaching those customers. Would you use digital marketing campaigns aimed at farmers interested in precision agriculture? Would you attend events like the World Ag Expo to connect with potential buyers?
So we show how we take market insights and turn them into plans for growth.
Precisely. They want someone who thinks strategically, someone who sees the connection between trends and opportunities and develops a clear vision.
This is great. But how can RoleCatcher's AI help with a question like this? It's not just about examples, it's about understanding the market and strategic thinking.
That's where RoleCatcher's AI is powerful. It analyzes your answer and suggests improvements, making sure you use the right language and hit the key points for this industry.
So it's like a market research expert and career coach in one, helping you craft the best possible answer. Let's do one more challenging question. What's next?
Let's talk about problem solving. Tell us about a time you had to deal with a difficult customer, or resolve a complex issue related to machinery or equipment.
So they want a story, a real-world example, showing how we stay calm, think critically, and find solutions. Every wholesale merchant must have some of those stories.
They do. Choose a situation with a significant challenge, something that tested your technical knowledge, communication skills, and teamwork. Maybe equipment malfunctioned and caused delays and frustration, or there was a miscommunication about specs that caused a headache.
What should we keep in mind when structuring the answer?
Remember the STAR method. It's your guide for these questions. Start by setting the scene, describe the situation and the challenge, then outline your role in resolving the issue. What steps did you take to diagnose the problem, communicate, and coordinate?
So we give a clear account of what we did. What about highlighting the skills we used?
That's important. Did you use your technical knowledge to troubleshoot? Did you communicate well to calm the customer and keep them informed? Did you negotiate with suppliers for parts or faster delivery?
So we're showing our skills in a real-world situation, not just telling a story.
Mm.
And then we explain the resolution.
Exactly. How did you fix the problem? Did you satisfy the customer, prevent delays or losses, quantify the outcome if possible?
So if you saved money or kept a project on track, tell them. Those details make your story impactful and show your value.
Exactly. They want someone who can handle the tough stuff, someone who can think, communicate, and find solutions for the company and the customer.
That was a tough but good question. How can RoleCatcher's AI help with this kind of behavioral question? It's not just about technical knowledge. It's about soft skills like communication and problem solving.
RoleCatcher's AI can analyze your answer and give feedback on tone and delivery. It can help you improve your story, highlight skills, and make sure you sound empathetic and professional.
So it's a communication coach and a storytelling expert combined, helping you refine your answer for maximum impact.
Exactly. And it's not just about the interview. It's about developing skills you'll use throughout your wholesale merchant career.
We've covered a lot here, tackling challenging questions about expertise and problem solving.
Remember, prepare and practice your answers. Get feedback to improve your delivery.
Welcome back to our final part, mastering wholesale merchant interviews. We've covered the role, the tough questions. Now it's the home stretch. That closing phase where you seal the deal and leave a strong impression.
It's like the grand finale. You've shown your skills, your passion. Now leave them thinking, we need this person.
So what are the must-dos in those final moments? Asking insightful questions is key. What are some examples that show you're genuinely curious?
Go deeper than surface level. Instead of just company culture or benefits, ask about growth plans, their biggest challenges, their vision for the role.
Show you're thinking long-term, strategically. about how you can contribute to their success.
Exactly, and connect your questions to the conversation. If something interested you, ask a follow-up question. It shows you were listening and want to learn more.
Okay, insightful questions, check. What else can we do?
Reiterate your enthusiasm for the role. It's simple, but often missed. Remind them why you're excited about this opportunity, how your skills fit their needs, and what you'll contribute.
So something like, I'm impressed by, mention a specific project or aspect, and my experience in, mention a relevant experience, would let me make a real impact.
Perfect. That shows your interest and confidence.
What about discussing next steps? Is it pushy to ask?
Not at all. Express your interest and ask about their timeline. Say something like, I'm very enthusiastic. Can you tell me about the next steps?
That shows you're proactive and eager to move forward. So questions, enthusiasm, next steps. What about the thank you note? Is that still important?
Absolutely. It reinforces your interest, highlights key points, and leaves a positive impression.
Any tips for making them stand out?
Personalize them. Mention a detail or question that stood out, and express your gratitude.
Keep it concise, professional, and send it within 24 hours. Okay, we've covered closing strategies, but before we finish, back to RoleCatcher. How can it help beyond the interview?
It's not just interview prep, it's career development. The AI can help you plan your career, find growth opportunities, even recommend courses or certifications.
It's like a personal career advisor.
Exactly. As you prepare, remember, RoleCatcher is there to support you, not just for this job, but for your whole career in this field.
That concludes our wholesale merchant interview deep dive. We've covered the role, the tough questions, and how AI can help you.
Success in any interview is about preparation, confidence, and showcasing your skills.
And use resources like RoleCatcher to prepare and gain insights.
One last thought. The skills you've honed for this interview, negotiation, communication, problem solving, market analysis, these are valuable throughout your career.
So embrace the challenge, stay curious, and never stop learning. Good luck.